You are in charge of your life, and I want you to go win. I want you to sit down tonight, if you haven't already done it, and lay out some detailed goals.
See, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at your life will change.
Every day, we have a choice when we wake up. We can focus on what's wrong with our lives, or we can focus on what's right with our lives.
You have to change the person in your mirror. You gotta have that moment, like my friend Les Brown, the great motivator, says, where you finally say, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I've had it.
Most people do the someday I'm gonna, someday I want to. Well, that someday is today. Make that decision, get clarity on what you want, and take that action plan.
Focusing on what's right with our lives, rather than what's wrong with our lives, is the best way to fix what's wrong with our lives.
You know, the people that have goals is great. They're the type of people that have verbal goals. They're the type of people that have written goals. The key to achieving anything is to have a written goal with a precise date that you're presently moving towards. That's the definition of success.
You need to not look for others for permission to do you. You need to do you and just trust they'll be okay. You need to be a game changer. You need to not ask for permission, you need to give notice.
Most things in life that are worthwhile, you gotta work at. You gotta work at. You get out what you put in. As simple as that. That's a kind of a universal law.
80% of your success is determined by only 20% of your actions.
If you're staying the same, you might as well be going backward. Everyone else, everything else is changing and evolving every day. So what are you working on that will make you better tomorrow than you were when you woke up this morning? What new skills are you building? What strengths are you improving? What's next in your business or your career?
The problem is no one ever teaches us how to master ourselves, how to master our beliefs and our behaviors and our attitudes and our actions, and know how to line those two things up to meet and to direct us toward the desired outcomes in our life. No one teaches us how to do that. It is the process that you need to go through that will afford you the transformation you desire in order to achieve the results and the accomplishment and the success you want in your life.
You have to want to pay the price to win, and there's always a price to be paid when you're going to win.
Life is going to be tough. You're going to have stress, anxiety, depression, anger. You're going to have financial difficulties at some point in your life. You're going to have marriage difficulties. You're going to have business difficulties. But you got to get back up.
You have to be willing to fail 100 times to succeed once. And if you're not willing to do that, man, you're not going to even get a fraction of what you're looking for.
My friend, your life, my life, our life always moves in the direction of our strongest thoughts and behaviors. And if you never take the opportunity to stay and to become congruent, my friend, you will always miss the mark. But when you learn how to line up your attitudes and your actions and make it spot on to the desired results that you want, my friend, that's step 2 in the process or the practice of self-mastery.
Success is earned. If you really want to know the secret of success, okay? I publish Success Magazine. I'm going to tell you right now the secret to success. Here it is. Success is earned by hard freaking work. Hard freaking work. If you ask the circle of champions up here, how did you do it? How did you get to the top? How did you become so successful? Their answers are always going to be 3 words: hard freaking work. There's no other way around it.
Don't quit, author unknown, because every day when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road that you treading seems all uphill, when cares are pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns.
If you don't make the choices in your own life, then someone else is going to end up making them for you, and it won't be good. So it might be a boss, it might be a professor, it might be your parents, it might be colleagues, someone else, might be a company, someone else is going to start making choices for you, and they're not going to be as good as the choices you can make yourself.
The reason why most people aren't as successful as they could be is because they have not made a decision to take action on the things that they know how to do best. They have not taken the decision to commit to doing the simple things over and over again that will separate them or distance them from everyone else.
You see, most people don't cross the finish line with their goals and their dreams, not because they don't have the ability or the resources or the relationships. More often than not, it's because at some point they allow themselves not to care more than normal and more than necessary.
Have you ever been in a situation where you just felt like you were at that opportunity and you were trying to figure out if you were going to move on it or not? You just got to a point to where things were getting confusing and things were going on and you just weren't quite sure, hey, should I go ahead and take that opportunity or not? Or are you one of the people that see other people going around? You see other people being successful and doing some things. You trying to figure out, why isn't that me? Why isn't that you?
And if you've ever wanted to, in your life, make significant things happen and get tough things done, if you've ever had a life where you realize that your outward experiences and results currently in your life doesn't actually match the potential you know that's resting on the inside of you, then my friend, you need to know how to engage in the practice of self-mastery.
If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. You don't like where you are, you need to change the recipe that is your life. You got to change what you're doing. You don't get to the end of your life and say, wow, that accidentally occurred. Most of the things that happen in your life were things you planted in the ground and they grew a harvest in your life. And if you don't plant anything in your field called your life, you know what grows? Weeds.
You got to take responsibility for where you're at in your life and go from there, even if where you're at isn't your own fault. See, I understand bad things happen to people. You have poisonous people come into your life that leave you in a bad situation. But you have to make the decision that you're going to take responsibility right here, right now, today, and move and grow from there.
Stop looking for the quick fix for success, happiness, and wealth. There's no shortcut. There's no cliff notes. There's no quick fix. You are going to walk through a minefield day in and day out of hard freaking work, because success is earned one day at a time. Every day you lift your head up off the pillow, you're going to decide whether that day you are a success or whether you are a failure. You're either moving forward or you're falling behind.
If you've accepted that where you are is where you're going to be, you've already lost. And there's no power in that. There's no power in that. That's like staying right here. You're not popping the clutch. You're not going forward.